In this video I will show you how to assemble a terminal block with ground bar for electrical cabinet. First of all, we have to choose the supports design. According to our requirements, based on the layout of the electrical cabinet and the components we want to mount. The most common are the one with the possibility to put both the ground bar and the omega bar. This one is very comfortable. When we arrive with the cables, we can fix the ground wires directly on the bar, and the signal or powers wire on the clamps set above. Instead, if we need to fix only the ground bar or the omega bar individually, and always inclined to help the cables from below, we can use a single attack support. In some cases we need to use a flat support, usually when we put it in a junction box, when we arrive with the cables from one side, to connect to the other side. It's comfortable, it doesn't make problems with height and take little space confront with the inclined one. If we need to use both ground and omega bar with this supports, we can fix them in this way. It's possible to mount another ground bar on the other side in the same way. The size of the ground bar depends from the electric current that flow in the circuits of the electrical cabinet. There are many sizes with different threaded holes. In our case we need a small one. Subsequently we select the type of omega bar, the thicker one, or the thinner one for special needs. We are gonna use the thicker one. First we measure the length of our ground bar, being careful not to make it too long, because it can strike the gutter or other components, and also outwards to have no problem when we insert the plate in the cabinet structure. Once we have chosen the size of our ground bar, and measure the required length, we can cut it easily with a disc grinder or by saw if the section is relatively small. To have a good looking, it's better to cut the bar before the hole and not in the middle. Remember that normally first we cut the ground bar, and then the omega bar of the same length. This is for being facilitated to match the holes. About the holes. We need to widen the holes based on the size of the supports bore. In this case we have AM5 threaded on the ground bar and M6 on the support. We wide 6.5 to permit little adjustment. It's better to let the first one or two untouched, and wide the third one. Thanks to this we are able to link together other ground bar, or grounding the structure. Leaving free the internal holes, we can easily connect to the ground the utilities. As we said before, if we cut the omega bar and ground bar of the same length, we are facilitated to pierce the omega bar exactly on the same distance of the ground bar's hole, without any calculation. Now we can assemble it. As you can see, they are perfectly aligned. There are cases where the ground bar and omega bar has different length. After we have assembled it, we can fix it on the plate. We need to decide at what distance from the cable tray. We consider what type of clamps we have to mount on the omega bar, and if the terminal block can touch any components mounted on the floor of the structure. If we fix it too below, we won't be facilitated when we arrive with the cables, and have long wires that cross the open space is not so good to look. So it has to be a compromise about easiness and good looking. As we said before, we have to consider what type of clamps we are gonna fix. In this case we mount the 2.5 triple clamp. So we are not gonna fix it too high because the wire will be too near the cable tray. Same if we mount a bigger clamp, it's not easy to connect a big wire with few space. Instead, for the 2.5 single clamp, this distance can be good. We take as reference the edge of the support, and 7 cm is the best distance. To fix the terminal block, you can use self-threading screws with a large top. Or you can use normal screws. Drill and then thread the holes. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this type of tutorials, please subscribe and push the like button, so we can understand if they are appreciated. If you have any suggestions, please write a constructive comment.